Well, joining me again is Matt Batterbee. Now, I am not going to actually give you his title because we've got some interesting things to talk about. My name's John Myer. And Matt, this is going to be awesome because I think we're planning this at least once every couple of weeks or a month.
Yeah, definitely. It's always fun to chat. Always good to keep in touch. And hey, we may as well record it and put it out there.
You might regret that. I'm just saying. Oh, Matt, before I jump in, I got a little surprise for you. Hold on a second. All right.
So yeah.
So, Matt, what do you think?
It looks great. It looks. I mean, is it like John Myer the Wizard, Gandalf Myer? What we calling ourselves? Albus Myer.
Let me put on the hat then too.
Brilliant.
Oh, I couldn't resist. Wow. Whew. Oh, whew. Good thing. I wish that was real. If I grow mine, this gets really dark, but this is gray, so it's kind of similar to what it would look like, just a little darker. Not as good as yours, man.
Well, whenever I get the odd gray hair, my wife is kind enough to point it out, and she's like, "You got to pluck that one. You got to get rid of that one hair, like one gray hair that'll just appear."
If I get rid of, I could probably get rid of more or less black than more gray, for me. So, so real quick, what did you think of my intro of the video I released?
That was great. I mean, the fake beard, just everything about our video. Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, my parents have watched that video now, and they were messaging. I saw my dad commented on the video on YouTube and stuff. My mum says she's watched it like twice. So you've got fans in my parents now.
Did they hit like and subscribe? That's all I got.
I think they would have done. I think my dad definitely would have done.
Well, a huge shout out to your parents for watching. I absolutely got a kick out of just making the intro, but the whole entire conversation we had, I literally, when I was done, I was like, my cheeks are hurting from laughing and smiling.
It's one of my most fun ones. I'm looking forward to doing this on a regular basis. This is great.
Okay, well, let's jump. I got to jump to this because you indicated, I was like, hey, Matt, what are we going to talk about? And you're like, John, I think we're going to have something to talk about that week. And then all of a sudden, Monday, you dropped an announcement that you're leaving Ingram Micro and you're going someplace else. Let's talk. I want to know why and what you were feeling, and then also maybe where you're going if possible.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things going on right now. I wanted to announce where I was going, and I've even made a video, as you can imagine with me. There's definitely a video. I'm having fun with that announcement, but yeah, there's some stuff going on right now with my contract and stuff like that. So it's a little bit tricky for me to announce where I'm going, but I'm staying in the channel, similar company to Ingram. And I am going to continue to push the messaging of Microsoft. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them. We touched on it slightly in the last podcast around some of the things that had been said to me around polishing in order to get promoted, and yeah, those kind of things. Like I kind of alluded to it in the last podcast. They don't sit well with me. I don't want to change who I am just to get a better job title. And I don't think I should have to. I think you can put me in a suit and all those kind of things and make me speak a certain way, but at the end of the day, I'm still the guy with a Steamboat Willie and a Donald Duck on his arm. So you can't change me too much. And I had some really interesting conversations. I mean, it's funny, on Monday when I announced that I was leaving Ingram, I got 3 messages from 3 different competitors of Ingram saying, is it certain that you have another role? Because if not, we have a role for you, which is just the most flattering thing ever, being that approached very quickly, like within half an hour of getting the messaging out, I was approached. So, but I do have a role lined up. Don't know when I'm starting yet. These are some of the things that are being negotiated right now with Ingram in terms of my leaving and what that means, and notice periods and gardening leave and all these other things. But but yeah, I mean, a big part of my reason, I just didn't see myself progressing within Ingram. It kind of felt like a lot of the conversations I was having were almost like a holding message. And whatever exec I spoke to kind of said the same thing, and it felt very rehearsed, felt very not realistic. And I kind of thought, they were going for a bit of a reorg structure. And I found myself sitting, if you like, lower than I started the FY. And I kind of thought, I want to go the other way, not backwards. So timing is everything. And someone reached out to me, the company that I'm going to be working for, who I will say are being absolutely amazing right now, because there's some stuff going on, and they are just being so understanding, so amazing, and really supportive, which kind of tells me I've done the right thing right now, because of the way I'm being treated. But yeah, I'm going into a bigger role, and a much more prestigious title. And I'm really excited to get going. I feel like I'm rejuvenated.
I know that feeling. I definitely, man, hats off to you for making the decision for yourself. Your mentality, your benefit, like really kind of bringing back, and not going away from your personal, being who you are. I follow you on Twitter, where you do a lot of your posting, and I like it that you are choosing you and your family and not deviating from your personality, because I've been there. I've actually had to leave companies because I was required to change who I am. I'm not willing to change this personality. I'm willing to, adapt to the company culture. I have no problem doing that, because yeah, I'm getting hired by them to do, that work and that message. But how I present that message, if you look at the number of followers you have and all your social stuff, people like that and they want more of that. And if you change that, you're going to alienate those followers.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I've become less approachable by members of staff within the company that I work for. And, I talked about in the last podcast, but when I was at Cloud Summit, the amount of people that came up to me that knew who I was, had something to thank me for in the work that I'd done. And I didn't know who they were, I was, and in some way I'd helped them, I'd supported them, I'd attracted partners to Ingram, I'd really helped them. So I didn't want to change anything like that about me. And leading up to Cloud Summit, there was things going on at the time, and I remember my wife saying something that was shocking to me, where it was kind of, oh, I hope when you go to Cloud Summit things get sorted out, because you are one grumpy git right now. And
Yeah.
I spoke to a few people. So there's a few people in the industry that I've known for many years now, and I will reach out to and have a bit of a chat with, especially if I know they work with different companies, and what's their feeling about the company that I may be going to work for. And when I told them the grumpy git got comment, they just said, that's not you. You're not. You are a positive person. And I came back from Cloud Summit, and I was in a good frame of mind. I'd had some good conversations while I was there, and then nothing kind of materialized after that. And then the same kind of the cycle kicked in again, and I was kind of like, okay, nothing's going to change, and I just need to get out. And yeah, it's definitely a decision for me, and my family, in terms of wanting to be happy, good work-life balance, all those kind of things. And I'm going into a very positive culture. I can say that.
Now for a quick interruption. A huge shout out to our friends at Veeam for sponsoring this episode. Veeam Backup for AWS can easily protect all of your Amazon EC2, RDS, and VPC data. Wait a second. They can protect my VPC data too? Yep, that's right. Simplify AWS backup and recovery while ensuring security and compliance. All right, now back to our episode. Speaking of the culture, we were messaging, and we were talking about this new role that you're taking, and we'll dance around the name of the company, so we won't. But It was funny how you indicated your new manager. No, I can't talk tonight. I'll be getting drunk. And you were like, she's like, that is freaking awesome.
Yeah, so someone reached out to me on LinkedIn, and then we had a call, and this person said, you need to speak to the next person who'll be like your boss's boss. And it was coming up to the Queen's Jubilee, and I think it was the Tuesday. And I said, if you're going to call me at all this week, it has to be Thursday. I'm free on Thursday. Friday, I will be drunk all day. And it was kind of a jokey comment. And then when I got on the call with who will be my boss's boss, she said, did you really say that I couldn't call you on Friday because you'd be too drunk? And I was like, yeah, now you say it, it sounds stupid. I was like, yeah, I did say that. And she said, oh, as soon as he told me, I said, we've got to hire that guy. It's like, that's cool. So, and I've met who will be my boss, and obviously my boss's boss, and a few people within the company. And yeah, they're all phenomenal. They're all so forward thinking, exciting. And yeah, they seem to be very excited about having me on board as well. So, I think I'm going to go in, add value, and have fun, and continue to have fun.
Well, keep doing what you're doing, be in your personality, your energy. Do not deviate from any of that, because obviously we're going to talk about that on our future podcast as we get around to it. I did notice when we scheduled our first podcast that actually went out, we rescheduled. You weren't feeling it, and I think this was all a tribute to it. Now I'm putting the puzzle pieces together where you were kind of like great at a cloud summit. Then we scheduled something 2 weeks later, and you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling it. I need some time, and I completely understand. You need to be in the right mental state and have great conversation. Then we did the podcast. Like I said, could not stop. I mean, it was freaking awesome. And then these follow-up ones are going to be just. We have no plan, basically. We're just going to wing it. In fact, I only knew about what we're going to talk about now yesterday, and I was like, yeah, we'll go from there. But I can tell from your energy level, your conversations I have with you offline, that mentally this is the right decision for you. And I mean, I like Ingram. I have no problem with that. I'm just talking about you as a person.
Yeah, and this is it. I would never, I've had people from Ingram reach out to me, and it's amazing. It gets me emotional because I've clearly helped a lot of people, and I've affected a lot of people in a really positive way. So I've had so many messages of people, and I've not spoke bad about Ingram once, and I won't. I think they've been really good to me. I was able to go in there in a UK role, and then very quickly grow into a global role. They definitely recognized talent, and they looked after it, and they nurtured me somewhat into the role that I ended up doing. But I kind of think I hit the ceiling in terms of what I was going to do there. I don't think I was looked at like an exec, and someone to be taken seriously in that respect. They loved what I did in terms of my social media, the biz apps, and those kind of things. So it is a very personal decision to me, and I wouldn't encourage anyone else to leave or anything like that. If it's the right thing for them, then great. But the right thing for them may be to stay at Ingram. On my way out, I put someone forward for a promotion within Ingram because I think they will do very well there. And that promotion that I kind of encourage them to go for will be a very good role for that person. So, I want them to continue what they're doing, even though, could be competing with them. That doesn't bother me. So yeah, I think very personal to me, and my career and my development. But in terms of the company, I can't say anything bad about them, in terms of how they treated me on the whole.
Yeah. I think it's difficult for some older companies to realize that the social influencers like yourself being in an exec role, it's always that you have to kind of worry about, I want to say, coming across as a C-level, a little more polished, a little more stuff. But that's not the culture a lot of folks are going to, startups, even, those innovators. The type of person that we are will now be acceptable in any role. You want to be quirky, you want to be fun, you want to come in shorts and a t-shirt like myself, because I don't come in much of anything else. I do have to probably find a nice shirt that goes with shorts, but hey, but I think that's something that people are starting to realize and accept people for who they are and their personalities. And you don't have to change outside versus inside work, like home life versus work life?
Yeah. And this is it, you know, I'd had conversations with other companies as well. It's definitely been a kind of long road into this. And I wanted to kind of give Cloud Summit a chance and kind of just see if I could have the right conversations with the right people, and then see where we go from there and see if anything changed, anything improved for me. And, you know, sadly it didn't. So, you know, I made the decision. But, you know, I spoke to another company and it was funny. They wanted to do more with me in terms of the social media stuff. And this isn't the company I'm going to, but they were like, oh, our marketing people are crying out for like an influencer that they can just do anything with. And I was like, yeah, I can be that guy. And this again would have been an exec level role and a global role. And they, you know, they really wanted to encourage the marketing side and the quirkiness and the, you know, and I don't think I'd have ever had to go to work in a suit working for this company, that's for sure. You know, hoodie, shorts and flip-flops would have been absolutely fine, I think. But, you know, again, then this other opportunity came up and I was just like, it's too good to pass up. And it's really hard for me not to say, because I am so excited about this next change and my next role. But yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate things that you know, maybe this time next week I'll be in a position to put something out there. But it's funny right now because I've got people messaging me from Ingram that they have a sweepstake on bets on where I'm going. So people are betting on where I'm going to show up, and I've been winding people up all week. Because there was people thinking that I was going to one of our partners, Bamboo Cloud.
I saw how many retweets you were going, and
Which I have the teddy. So I've been sending pictures with like my teddy going, oh, I don't know where I'm going. And then I was going to the gym on Tuesday, and this guy messaged me saying, are you going to Bamboo Cloud? And I happened to be sat in my car, and I was wearing my Bamboo Cloud hoodie to go to the gym. So I sent him a photo saying, no, I'm just going to the gym. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of fun with those guys. So they'll be happy that their little Teddy's making it into the podcast.
Wait, so Matt, if I could promise you that this doesn't go out until you announce, would you want to share it on this podcast?
Yeah, but it might have to wait like 3 months. That's the problem. So I'm currently
3 months. No, I can't wait 3 months. This stuff is too good to get to hold on. Okay. We won't put you on the spot. I'll switch gears a little.
I'm hoping to get things sorted in the next few days so that it's not 3 months, and it's more like a month, or, you know, a few weeks. But yeah, there's things going on in the background right now, and I'm getting through it though. I'm keeping smiling, and this is definitely something fun to put my time into instead of just sat around twiddling my thumbs.
No, wait. So the day that you're about to release, maybe we could do a recording beforehand and share with everybody, and then I'll put it out the next day or something and be like, whoa, wait a second, Matt shared it on the show, and you can hold a couple of, you know, maybe your pillows or something, by the way.
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea. So I think, like I say, I think over the next few days it will get sorted, and then I'll be able to kind of know when I'm going to start in the new place. I want to do sooner rather than later. I can't do like 3 months of doing nothing. It's no good for my mental health. I'll go crazy just doing nothing for 3 months. So yeah, I'm hoping I can start in August, really.
Well, we could do 3 months of episodes if you want.
Yeah. We can tease it for 3 months.
Drag it on a little bit. You know what? You just got to get a couple more props with a couple more swag on and be like, no, I'm going here. No, I'm going here. No, wait, which one?
This is it. So actually, yeah, anyone watching this, if you work for like Tech Data, feel free to send me some pens or something, you know, send me some swag, whatever in there.
So you can spell something out.
Yeah. Any partners out there that want to send me something and I can tease that I'm going to you, that'd be great.
This new role, can you talk about this new role, what you'll be doing?
Yeah, so it's fairly similar to what I'm doing now, and you know, it's a global role as well. So I'll get to work with people all over the world still, get to still push the Microsoft messaging, and it's, like I say, it's a much more kind of senior role as well. So it's, you know, it's kind of everything I've wanted. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. And I think the way in which this company goes about it, with more kind of in-person events, getting closer with the partners, not everything being virtual. I think there's going to be so much opportunity to do some traveling as well, and actually meet, you know, face to face with partners all over the world. You know, all the way from the US to Australia. So it's going to be interesting.
Hopefully I'll see you here on the East Coast in the United States so that you can join me for a couple events, summits. If not, you got to let me know where you're going and be like, yeah, I got to go there. I'll be back.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely room for us to do some in-person podcasting. I think that needs to happen. Definitely. I was actually really gutted. There's a partner in based in New York, Q Associates. They're having their 30th anniversary party in a cool rooftop bar in New York, and I was so disappointed that I can't go. But that would have been a good opportunity to come over to the East Coast.
Is that happen to be like the Cloud Social bar in New York? Because I just hosted a book signing there and it's pretty cool.
That's cool. I don't think it's that one. It looks similar to the Edge, like the whole. I forget the name of it. Yeah, it's gone. But I kind of saw the invite and I was so flattered to be invited, but I knew I couldn't go, so I kind of didn't dwell on it too much. Otherwise, like any opportunity I've got to go to New York, I want to go. You know, it's I love that city.
Did you tell this new company the same thing you told Ingram about what are your limitations on social posts, because you are going to push those?
I think they just know. They kind of know with me, and you know, like you know, I mean, I was quite open and said, you know, you can't call me that day, I'll be drunk. They know exactly what they're getting, and they're, you know, again, they're excited about the opportunity of my social, you know, presence and everything that I'm doing. And you know, I definitely think they want to use that. So that's going to be great as well. And this company as well tend to, you know, I followed them for a while on Twitter and on Facebook and stuff like that, and they tend to post more funny things. So you might see like Microsoft every now and again will post something and it's just like a caption and it says, you know, someone will come off mute, say hello, go back on mute and stuff like that. And it's like these funny little captions. And yeah, this company's been posting some pretty funny stuff on their socials, which is quite refreshing, because you know, a lot of big companies try to do the whole corporate thing. And what this company's doing is a bit of a mixed bag. There's the professional, if you want to call it that, and then there's the funny. And I'm excited about being a part of that as well.
I actually enjoy that when we see companies use their personal side, some quirky stuff, some funny stuff, and don't worry about what is going to be the drawback just for being a little bit of funny on social. And they're like, the perception there is that those are the type of companies that I want to work for. Those are the companies I enjoy.
I remember for a while I followed Innocent Smoothies on social media because they just posted stuff that was really silly, but it just made me laugh. And it was things like that. Say there was a stapler, and on the bottom of the stapler it'd say like, property of the 6th floor, do not remove from the 6th floor. And then they would like say, oh, we shouldn't have taken it from the 6th floor, we took it to the Empire State Building. They would do things. So it'd just be a photo of a stapler somewhere in the world, and it just really made me laugh, because it's got nothing to do with smoothies. It just showed that they had a bit of a fun culture, and you know, they were trying to have fun. And the thing is, stuff like that went viral because it was different. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some stuff with this new company and seeing if we can get anything to go viral.
I'm sure you will, knowing your culture. So I shared my pillow. I shared my stuff on it. I don't know if this is going to get me in any trouble, but man, I think this is a collection I'm starting to get just because of the Cloud Summit one. I think next time you're at an event and they have these, we got to see what we can get.
This is it. Yeah, I'm gonna, and in the new company that I'm in, I'm gonna actively encourage this. Like when they're talking about what swag or what do we need to market, like we need cushions. That's what everyone wants. That's what the cool people want. They want cushions.
That's what they want to borrow.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to pay for the cushions, but do not expect to get any of them back because they will go.
I think that's a given. the reason I got now, full disclosure, we took the red eye back. So my wife went out with me to Vegas to Remars, and we were taking the 1040 red eye back, and I was like, dear, I got this for you to lay your head on me so you can sleep, and shoved it right into my backpack.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know what? That got you some brownie points right there. You've got an extra cushion for your wife. That was the reason behind it. I like that.
You know what? She had a great time. We had a good time out there. A lot of people meeting, greeting, conversation, socializing, the whole thing. I think the biggest part was, spending time with my wife and being able to do things. We went to a concert. We went to see Luke Bryan at the resort.
Oh, amazing.
He was awesome. He was drunk, but he was awesome. Like, I got a freaking, I could not, he did not disappoint at all. He was doing shots with the crowd. He was they had this lift that would come down from the sky, like the catwalk, and it would lower down right to the mezzanine 2 level where we were at, and he performed right in front of all of us. And it was, I mean, that extra little bit that he did for this show, it was like 2 hours long, was well worth it.
That's so cool. Yeah, my wife and I, we like country music, so we want to get out into like the US and go see some country artists. We've seen a few when they've come over to the UK, and the good thing about when they come to the UK is it's normally quite cheap to go, because not many people, country music's not that big over in the UK. So we've seen like Dan and Shay when they came over to the UK. But yeah, there's a few more that we want to go and see, like Luke Combs and some other folks, Brett Young. There's a few. So we're I think we're going to make our way to Nashville or somewhere at some point.
I didn't know you're a country music fan. All right. So we'll have to get double date. We'll have to go out to see country music. Luke, the first time I saw Luke, my wife saw him last year, but there are plenty of venues right around me that happened. Like in Hershey, Pennsylvania, they usually have some big shows, big kickoff happening. The Allentown Fair, which is another one. Carrie Underwood usually plays there. I've seen Toby Keith there. He's always pretty good.
Yeah, we were going to go, I think it was Dan and Shay again, but they were doing a tour as COVID hit. And we actually booked, it was tickets to go see them in Boston. And we'd sorted out a flight. We were going to watch them and then fly home the next day. We were just going to do it like quick overnight stuff, a bit of fun. And then obviously COVID happened and it all got delayed and pushed back. And then by the time they were going back on tour, we were responsible adults and had a baby. So we couldn't just go to Boston for the night. So unfortunately, I think we either sold our tickets or we sold them back so someone else could buy them. But we definitely want to come over and soak up that. I mean, it was one of the best concerts I've been to in the UK was Dan and Shay, just because where they were playing, you could just walk around the venue. So you could get as close as you want, as far back. It felt like a really big pub, like a really big bar upstairs, that you could go wherever you want and just watch them. And everyone that was there is big fans of them. So everyone's singing to every song, and it was good fun.
All right, so I'm going to write this down. We're going to have to get together and do a country concert. There's plenty around that are happening, whether we squeeze it in this year or we plan for next year.
Definitely. And then in the UK, we've got the Long Road Festival. So that's a country festival that happens in the UK. So we're probably not doing that this year. There's too much going on, but we've looked at that for next year, maybe.
So how long is that festival? Is that like a week long or?
No, I think it might only be one day, or it could be 2 days. But yeah, they have country singers from the UK, and then they come over from the US, obviously, as well. So yeah, it looks good. And again, for like the whole day, you'll pay the same sort of price as you would just to go to a concert. If it was like Ed Sheeran or someone like that, in the UK, it seems like the country music scene is a bit smaller, so they don't charge as much for the tickets, which is good for me because I'm a big fan, so I save money.
I'll have to plan a trip. Let me see if I have any customers out there. The wife can come along. We'll come to the UK, see a country thing.
That sounds good.
I'll put that into the works. So real quick before you wrap it up, because I know we want to make these some quick ones and conversation, but this is going too well. It's hard to end these happening. How your workouts coming along now that things have changed for you with the new role?
Do you know what I've so this week I feel like rejuvenated in the gym. So I've been just enjoying myself again, and yeah, it's been so much better. I'm probably gonna go after this. I'm probably gonna go straight on my bike in the garage and do some LinkedIn learning. May as well use my time wisely and do some LinkedIn learning. But yeah, this week's been good, and I'm trying to keep it to the lighter weights. I want to save my joints a little bit, and I'm trying to lose weight anyway, so there's no point in going heavy. But yeah, I've just been enjoying it, sweating, and yeah, it's amazing how you do one little thing in your life, and it's like weight lifted off your shoulders, and other parts of your life start to feel better. Like I handed my resignation in. I went to the gym after that, and it was just
I
the
probably
best
had an
workout.
awesome workout. You probably
Yeah,
killed it.
it was like the best workout I'd had in months after doing that. And it kind of told me, yeah, I've done the right thing here. Like other aspects of my life seem to be better. And then other than, as well, we was out on the beach yesterday with the little one and just enjoying a bit of time as a family as well, and that's the other thing that's just been awesome. I'll get up in the morning, sit with Maver and watch Toy Story for the 5th time this week. But it's a good film. It's my childhood film, so I don't mind it as much. But yeah, it's just been such a good week so far in terms of just enjoying the time with family, going to the gym, and as soon as a few other things get boxed off, I'm going to be back to full strength.
Before I get back to the workouts, who's your favorite Toy Story character?
Oh, I'm going to say Mr. Potato Head. I just think he's brilliant. And it actually, do you know what? It actually gets me in the 4th one. He'd actually passed away. The guy who voices him had passed away, and they used like 20 odd years of recordings to fill the film for the bits that he was talking. So I have to admit, when I watch the 4th one and I see him, I'm like, gets me a little bit, because it's like, that they worked hard to make sure that his character was in the film and speaking, and yeah, it's like a tribute to him. But yeah, I think Mr. Potato Head, I think his attitude is just great.
I like that.
You know what?
What's that?
What about you? What about yours?
Oh, I'm probably more on the Woody side. I mean, the traditional, like whatever it is. I just like, Tom Hanks. I like all of it. It's just, have you ever seen any of the short ones? They did a little short video of them, the spooky one in the motel, and Captain Carl or whatever does it, and I'm a big Woody fan.
Yeah, you can't be it. I like watching the behind the scenes footage. I actually like now on Disney Plus, they've started doing the making of movies and stuff. Like even the Frozen 2, the making of that was such a good documentary. And then they've got the Lightyear one now as well out on Disney Plus. There's just I love that kind of the making of movies. I think that's always really cool to see. So when I see Tom Hanks doing his voiceover for Woody, you can tell he just loves it. Like he comes across like he would do it for free because he's just enjoying himself, which is just great.
That's how I look at things. If I enjoy myself and if it financially works out to do it for free, do it for free. I'm gonna get back to your workout real quick because that resonates with me, and I know how you feel, because when something's heavy on you and your workouts seem stagnant after a while, they just seem like you're just doing the routine, you're not pushing it. And I have a heart rate monitor I usually put on, and I always look at it, I'm like, man, I'm always in the yellow, but now I'm just in the green and I barely hit yellow. When I gave my notice at my last company, the endorphins kicked in and I had the best workout. I was pumped. I came home, I was rocking things out, and it just all clicked. So I know where you're coming from a workout and an exercise perspective, that when that mentality lifts, you're in a groove, stick with it. Let your workouts, whatever you're doing, you're going to have the best time right now.
Yeah, this is it. So I'm enjoying it. And I feel like as well, it's easier to get up in the morning. I seem to hear my alarm once and I'm up.
Yep.
And I'm up before the baby and everything. And I just, everything about this week in that aspect has just been great. I
Yep.
just I'm sleeping easier. You know, head hits pillow and I fall asleep because I've just relaxed. I feel yeah, like a lot of pressure's off me. And yeah, mentally I'm definitely getting that. It's great.
Except for Friday nights when you have a little bit of extra there for the drink, then your head hits the pillow and your head.
This is it. Well, I'm actually, so yeah, tonight I'm actually off to the pub with a few guys that live near us, because it's kind of a new build estate that I live on, and we all kind of set up a WhatsApp group just to get to know people. And yeah, there's like 4 guys on that we just go out for a beer every few weeks, and tonight's that night, so I'm going to be celebrating. And they're all talking about how they're going to, you know, prop me up to walk home because I'm going to be the most drunk, just celebrating. So yeah, it's going to be a good night.
I will be messaging you tomorrow. How was your night? And I won't hear from you for hours. Be like, I just got up.
Yeah, I'll just send you a picture. Like, just me.
Be like, your buddy will take a picture and then you just send it to me. Like, yeah, this is how awesome it was.
I'll just reply, go, you know all that stuff I said about the workout? Yeah, not today. That didn't happen. Didn't happen. I've at a McDonald's and I've just lay in bed.
You'll work out later. You'll ride the bike later once it settles down. You'll be like, man, I gotta go do this day. I know how that is.
Yeah, well, I admit, after the Queen's Jubilee, so when I'm on my bike, I've actually got a sauna suit that I'll wear just to sweat.
Yeah.
I drank quite a lot of whiskey the Queen's Jubilee, like quite a lot of scotch, and when I took the sauna suit off, I could smell like scotch. I was like, I have sweat that scotch out. Like it was a good work. I did like an hour and a half on my bike just to make sure I felt good. And but yeah, I could definitely smell alcohol when I took the sauna suit off.
That's when you know you had a great time.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up. I think our next one, if we can, and if it works out, we have to announce where you're going. If not, we'll just find another topic to BS, because knowing you or I, we're going to find something to talk about.
We'll find some. Maybe I'll interview you. We can switch it up.
Sold. That doesn't happen too often. It does get flipped. I'll do the recording. You do the intro. Well, let's see where it goes.
See what happens.
All right. Sounds good. All right, Matt, thanks for joining me.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. See you, everyone.